welcome back. I'm Jen, and today my guest is April Morris. And April and I are going to be talking about how to raise capital for a new entrepreneur. So, an example I'd like to throw out when we were talking off camera was this mom, this dad has this widget. It's great, they've got it packaged. How do they raise more money to get that out there, whether it's marketing or making more of those widgets? What advice can you give to those?
Sure, yeah, there are a lot of ways to raise capital. There's different types of capital. You can, there's seed capital when you're just getting started, where you haven't had any sales. Maybe you just need money for just the product itself. You need inventory. So that's seed capital that you need to raise. You can also look into angel investors, and that's exactly what I have experience with my own business. I did a whole, spent an entire year raising capital for my business, and I also appeared on Shark Tank on ABC television. So there are a couple of things that I really noticed that angel investors look for in a business that they choose to invest in. So the first thing that they look for is, number one, they want to make money. That's the primary reason why they want to do it. Right. Typically what they want to make is they want to make at least 25% back a return on investment per year annually. Some of them, an average I would say is about 37%, but then some angel investors want, 10 times of what the money that they put in. It just depends on the investor. Another thing that they look for is they want to know how soon they're going to get paid back. Here's the money, but okay, when is this going to happen? Now, most of them will give you 5 to 7 years. They understand that it takes a while to become profitable. But again, some investors want to get paid back sooner, and they want you to show them through your marketing strategy and what you're going to do to be able to pay them back quicker. So that's something else.
So we have seed, and then we have angel investors.
Correct. Now, the other thing that they look for is passion. They really want to know that you believe in your product, and they can sense it by talking to you.
Which would make sense.
Right. They want to know that they're backing up somebody who believes in it, and that they know that they're going to do everything it takes to make it work and to make it successful. Another thing that they look for is they want somebody who has experience. They want to make sure that the business venture that you're starting, that you actually have experience in it. And what I mean by that is, for instance, when I launched my product Thin Gloss, which is a lip gloss, my background was in retail sales for many years. So I've been in selling retail products for the past 15 years. And then not only that, I also worked in the cosmetic industry. So I had a very solid background of experience in that area that I was actually getting ready to launch for that product.
So it was kind of a no-brainer then when you went to the angel investor and said, I have background, I have products, now let's sit down and talk.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly what they look for.
But should we be discouraged if we don't have the background experience? Is that like a top thing they're looking for, or is that one of them?
I think that's one of the things they look for. I think it's very important. If you've got a management team that is a part of your business, maybe somebody on your management team has got all of that experience, and you've got the financial experience. So that's one way that you can counteract that. You can also show the angel investor proof that you've done all of your homework up front. You've done a ton of research, you've looked into the industry, you maybe have people that you can pull from that are mentors that can also give you advice in that particular area.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so, but that's basically it. Like I said, raising capital takes a lot of work, a lot of preparation up front, but if you get all of everything in the row and understand what it is that you're trying to connect with. The other tip I want to leave before we end this segment is that angel investors also want to invest in companies that maybe they have experience in as well. So for instance, somebody who's in an IT firm that knows like the technology and things like that, they've been successful in that, they may not look at a retail product per se to invest in. Not to say that they wouldn't, but they might look to invest in a new up-and-coming IT company, for instance.
Makes sense.
So you look for the investors that also understand your industry and have the experience and the knowledge that can help you.
And how long does this typically take? Because if we have an audience member who's watching this, they've got the product, they need to get it out. Is this an overnight thing, or is this a 5-year down the road thing? How long does it typically take for this process, especially in your example of your company?
Sure, that is a great question. I think that it takes about a year. It could take even longer than that, up to 2 or 3 years. But really, you've got to make a decision, and then you've got to do all your homework, and then start looking for the capital. And then, connect with a lot of venture clubs and things like that, and then they can point you in the right direction to find the investors.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you, April. As always, great advice for our audience. Thanks, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.
The Jenn Kampmeyer Show is filmed on location at Events Plus. Our space, your event.